Okay, the do now for today's lesson is as follows. The blueprint for a triangular garden is below. Calculate the area of the garden in simplest form. So this is a triangular shape. We know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. Lucky for us, we know what the base is because it's been labeled as this rational expression, and the height is labeled as this rational expression. So we basically need to substitute h and b in for the base and the height in the area formula. So we are multiplying rational expressions. So let's go ahead and take a look. We have 7x minus 56 with a GCF of 7. This trinomial can be factored out to two binomials, x minus 8 and x minus 4. X squared minus 16 is x plus 4, x minus 4. And 9x plus 36 can be factored out to 9 times parentheses x plus 4. Now let's go through and cancel. X minus 8 cancels x minus 8. X minus 4 cancels the x minus 4. X plus 4 cancels the x plus 4. And we are left with 1/2 times 7/9, which is 7/18. In today's lesson, we are going to divide fractions. Now remember that when you divide fractions, it's really the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal of the divisor, or the second term. Some people memorize this process by keep, change, flip, meaning you keep the first fraction, change the sign from division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction, KCF. Let's jump in and take a look at these easy examples. 2/4 divided by 8/10 is 2/4 times 10/8. So we will factor each of these fractions into its prime factors, and we'll go through and we'll cancel just like we did in yesterday's lesson. What we're left with is 5/8. Let's try this one. We'll skip the 2, we'll go to the third one. So, oh no, let's skip the third one. Let's go to the fourth one. This is better. So 9x over 7x squared divided by 3 over 6x, well, keep, change, flip. That gives us 9x over 7x squared times 6x over 3. So we will factor out 9x to 3 times x, and 7x squared, which is 7 times x times x. 6x gets broken down to 2 times 3 times x, and 3 is already prime, so there it is. So let's go through and cancel these x's, cancel these 3's. We can cancel this x with this x, and what we're left over with is 3 times 3 times 2, which is 18/7. Okay, let's look at this first example of dividing rational expressions. So we're going to be doing a lot of copying down work today because, basically we copy the first fraction. We change division to multiplication, keep change, and then flip. We basically we reciprocate the second fraction, so it's 6x minus 6 over 3. Okay, let's go through and let's factor. So as you can see, the first trinomial has a greater than 1. So you might be tempted to go 2 times 6 is 12 and split the middle term and factor by grouping. I think it's easier to extract the greatest common factor of 2, thus giving us a of 1. Leading coefficient equals 1. The denominator can be factored by GCF. Take the 4 out, and we're left with x squared minus 1. The second fraction is 6x minus 6. We extract the 6, we get x minus 1, and 3 remains in the denominator. So now we can factor x squared minus 2x minus 3, this regular trinomial factoring, giving us two binomials, x minus 3, x plus 1. The 2 remains there. And x squared minus 1 is a difference of perfect squares, so that gives us x plus 1, x minus 1. The second fraction is already factored out. So now that everything is factored out, we can go through and we can cancel. Let's cancel the x plus 1s, cancel the x minus 1s, 6 over 3 can be reduced down to a 2, and 2 over 4 can be expressed or canceled down to 1/2, so we'll put the 2 in the denominator. And finally, we can recognize that the 2's can cancel because one's in the numerator and one's in the denominator. So, all of this work results in the final answer of x minus 3. The floor plan for an apartment is below. If the area of the apartment is this rational expression, and the width of the apartment is this rational expression, calculate the length. So again, this is an area problem, except instead of us trying to find the area, we know what the area is. We're trying to calculate the length. So how do we get the L by itself? We divide both sides by width. In other words, length is area divided by width. Or we can represent this as area divided by with the quotient symbol W. So A divided by W. In other words, we have to divide this term by this term. Okay? So basically it's a division problem which we are working on today. So we're going to do as we normally do and keep change flip and factor. So the trinomial can be factored down to x plus 5, x minus 6. The denominator of 9x minus 54 can be factored by GCF of 9, leaving x minus 6. 7x minus 35 can be factored as 7 times quantity x minus 5. And finally, x squared minus 25 is a difference of perfect squares, and that gives us x plus 5, x minus 5. Let's go through and cancel. X plus 5 with the x plus 5, x minus 6 cancels with the x minus 6, x minus 5 cancels with the x minus 5. Everything is gone except for these two integers. One's in the numerator, one's in the denominator, so our final answer is length equals 7/9. This concludes our lesson. Best of luck to you.